during unprecedented pandemic times, people are always considering, what is the value of my property? But really, has that really significantly impacted the value of my property given what we're going through now? So what's that look like over the last few months? And does it continue to affect, or is it largely the same currently?
So we actually spend a lot of time in our office talking to our appraiser friends on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, just to kind of keep our pulse on what they're seeing and hearing. Of course, it hasn't been long enough, right? We really haven't seen that many deals completed in COVID to really see enough data to say, okay, well, it's gone down by X percentage. What we are doing when we're looking at new listings and coming up with valuations, versus looking at listings that we had taken on 6 or 12 months ago, we treat it like an appraiser would. Like, we come up with comparable properties, compare that against those properties, and then make an adjustment on value. And right now we are being a lot more conservative. We had been very fortunate to be selling things on the owner occupant side on the very high end of the market, particularly in the core, selling things between $400 and $500 a square foot, and some of the smaller buildings in Westboro at maybe $600 or $700 a square foot. So the market has been so hot because inventory has been low. So we now anticipate with more inventory, there will likely be an adjustment to value. Now, I don't have a crystal ball to say what that's going to look like, but we have been some discussions in the community that it could be a 15 or 20% decrease in value over the next 6 to 12 months. And of course, that's going to depend on how much inventory and the downwards pressure. And then some of it is also going to be on, really kind of how the market responds to new listings, right? I think buyers see it as an opportunity to quote unquote get a deal. So we'll see how that plays out with closings, but the long and short answer to that question is, yeah, there will be likely an adjustment to value because it has been so high for so long.
And I could see that happening, absolutely, but it will be interesting. I mean, if buyers are looking to sort of get a deal and sellers are saying, I don't have an appetite to sell if the valuation is going to go down, the 15%, I think I'm going to hold on to it a bit longer because I can, if they can, right? So nobody wants to end up unloading their real estate by way of fire sale, right? Not that 15% is a fire sale by any means, but if they can hold on to it, they may want to maximize their value, of course, and that may affect the inventory that's available and sort of negate too much of an adjustment or an over adjustment.
Exactly. We're just seeing that dance right now, right? We're seeing sellers seeing what properties sold a couple months ago pre-pandemic, and they're saying, well, I still want to maximize the value of my property. I still think it's worth X. And buyers are saying, I should get a discount because of COVID. So Obviously that's not how this works. So we're kind of dealing with really tempering expectations on both sides of the transactions to make sure that everyone feels like, they're getting a deal. And more importantly, that banks will finance those deals, right? That appraisers will support the price. And then, the banks will actually lend on those properties. So it's a really interesting time for that. I think we'll know more and in the next 6 to 12 months. But right now, we don't have enough data to say what that's going to look like.